What's going on, guys? It's Robbie T here, and today we're here with a video on F1 Championship Edition, a classic game in the F1 franchise. I've never actually done a video on this game before, so I'll be looking forward to producing this video out for you guys. And we are going to doing a, as you can see from the title, a reverse grid race using the F1 TV mode, which is kind of like spectator mode from the old F1 games on PlayStation 2. And just see how the race goes. We've decided to pick the Italian Grand Prix at Monza, and what we're going to be doing is customizing the grid so that the faster cars in qualifying are at the back and the slower cars in qualifying are at the front. So just give me a moment to double check the wiki for the Italian Grand Prix qualifying 2006 and customize the grid to what it says, and then we'll be able to get on the race. Now, if you don't know, this is one of those F1 games where you can customize the grid however you want. Like I said, you could do reverse grid, you can have your favourite drivers at the front and your least favourite drivers at the back. It's really up to you. The freedom of the grid is there for the taking, really, so we're going to use that to our advantage, and I'll be back in a moment when we have customized the grid for this video. So, hold on a moment. And there we go, we have customized the grid with Yuji Ide on pole position and Kimi Raikkonen, the real pole sitter for 2006 at the Italian Grand Prix, all the way down at the back for McLaren. So, let's have a look at the grid. My prediction, looking at who is going to win the race, probably Webber. I know the Williams car is decent, so Webber's got the best chance out of anyone there, but don't rule out the fast cars. Okay then, let's get on with the race. Here we go, we're getting ready for this reverse grid race at Monza. Who is going to win it? Let's find out. And it's lights out, and we are away here for this reverse grid race. It's a good start by everyone, pretty much from the Super Aguris as well. Ide still holding the lead, but Sato has had a better start than him. Can he go down the inside of the first corner or first chicane ball? Like, no, he doesn't. Ide still has the lead. Sato in second, followed by Montero. Then Webber, the Liuzzi, and I think that's one of the Red Bulls back there. And it's got speed as well in the other Toro Rosso. As we flick through the rest of the field, all the way down to where Alonso and Fisichella are. Alonso, the 2006 world champion, going down the inside of Nico Rosberg, I think that is. But he can't make the move stick. The two Renaults sticking behind the Williams there as we come towards the first Lesmo. The two Ferraris right at the back, and there's been a huge accident. Oh my goodness, big crash there. That's one of the Toyotas out, as well as Williams, as one of the Renaults gets squeezed out of road there on the exit of the second Lesmo corner. Let's have a look at the replay. That's a huge accident, massive crash at the first Lesmo. Let's have a look and see what happened. So it must involve Toyotas, because Trulli is going down the inside of Ralf Schumacher, and Nico Rosberg is following behind them. So what happens here? It looks like the three of them just got tangled up. It's an unfortunate incident, really. I think probably Ralf Schumacher's fault, because he did squeeze Trulli out of road and collided into Rosberg. I don't know whose fault entirely that was, but I guess it was Ralph. So anyway, we're continuing on with the race, and Sato is going down the inside of his teammate for the race lead. Can he make it stick? He's trying to squeeze Ide out of road, and this will give him a chance for Montero. Can Montero get past Ide as well? We know how rubbish the driver is in real life. And meanwhile, Michael Schumacher is out of the race from wherever position he was. I think he was to the back with Massa, his teammate, and he's out of the race. So something must have happened. And oh, don't tell me it's one of those cases. We know the rivalry between Michael Schumacher and Jacques Villeneuve from 1997 at the finale, where Villeneuve won the championship because Michael Schumacher tried to intentionally take him out, and Villeneuve was unfazed by it and won the championship without any damage. Here's the crash again at the start. So let's see what's happened. I think my guessing is that Heifeld is the driver with the tyre on his front wing. That's very embarrassing. So let's have a look and see what happened. So Villeneuve's catching up to a BA Honda, probably Rubens Barrichello, because Button is near the back of the grid, and Schumacher, actually that is Button, sorry. That's down the inside goes Michael Schumacher, and that didn't work, Michael. that was completely your fault, mate, because Villeneuve did nothing wrong, and you just made a dive bomb that just didn't work, and out the race goes the 7-time world champion. He'll be very disappointed with that, I'm sure, especially since he's off in the back of the grid. So, moving on for the rest of the race, as the two Super Guris still lead it, but Klein and Webber are going into combat as they head towards the first Let's Mo. Klein goes down the inside and makes a brilliant move on Webber, keeping him at bay. And F1 Game PlayStation will be happy because Klein is his favourite driver, I believe. So he'll be definitely happy indeed. Meanwhile, got the two McLarens very close to each other, Raikkonen and Juan Pablo Montoya. It should be Pedro de la Rosa actually, but we got an engine failure. That's Alonso, Fernando Alonso, the 2006 world champion and 2005 world champion as well, out of the race. He doesn't get any luck at the Italian Grand Prix. He had an engine failure in the real 2006 race at the exit of turn 1 into turn 2, but he's out of the race. That's both possible race winners of this race, Schumacher and Alonso, out of the same race. So they have no part in trying to plough their way through the field, as meanwhile Montero is ahead of Sato now. So the two Super Guris dropping down the field even more. As you can see, Fisichella down in 10th place. Well, not down 10th place, but up to 10th place. Brilliant overtaking there for Fisichella. He's made 4 positions in the last lap. So Fisichella, do not rule the Renault out. He is looking very, very rapid indeed. As meanwhile, down the inside, Montoya overtakes Ralf Schumacher, and Raikkonen's right behind him as well. But Montoya still into 11th place. So hopefully we can see more people going through the field, especially Montoya. He's very strong at this circuit. He won at least twice around here. I know 2001 he did, as well as 2005 for McLaren. Meanwhile, Christian Klein is on a charge here for Red Bull. Do it for Dave Klein. Go down the inside of the Yuichi Ide. I think yes, it is Ide, because Sato is right behind Montero. So can Montero hold this lead? The Portuguese man in the Midland F1 car is under pressure here from Sato. He's got a good slipstream, has Sato. Can he go down the inside of the first chicane? Down the inside goes Sato. He's got the move done. Can Ide pull it off? No, he can't. And the order is being resumed with Webber and Liuzzi at the back, and Fisichella up into 7th place. So he's made another 3 positions on that lap. Meanwhile, we can see Christian Klein really hassling and harrying Yuichi Ide. Can he go down the inside? No, not quite. But he wasn't far off, as Montoya and Albert are running up the top 10 so far. Coulthard gets a little bit squirmish on the grass there, and this will put under pressure from Montoya and Ralf Schumacher. Massa, meanwhile, is really close behind who he has overtaken. Meanwhile, down the inside goes Coulthard on Ralf Schumacher, I think it is. No, that was on Raikkonen. I can't keep up. There's so much action this race. You can hardly keep up with anything. And Montero is back into the lead of the race, ahead of Sato, Ide, and now down the inside goes a Red Bull. I think it was Klein. Yes, Klein is up into the podium now. Surely he's looking good for taking the first place here so far in this race. As we look through the rest of the field, Ralf Schumacher still not catching Raikkonen, but Massa has got a good run on Ralf here. I think he can make the move stick here. Meanwhile, we're going right down to the rest of the field, and down the inside, it's contact between Albers and Raikkonen, and Massa squeezes Raikkonen out of the road, and that's not going to end well. And it doesn't. Well, sorry, Raikkonen has got a problem. Yes, he has. So Kimi Raikkonen, McLaren just not having a good race, are they? Just like in the real 2006 season, and Raikkonen looking to be out of this race entirely unless he can drag his wounded car back into the pit lane. But meanwhile, Christian Klein is on the right charge. He's up into 2nd place and looks like take the lead on lap number 7 in towards Ascari. He's done it. Brilliant overtake from Christian Klein, and F1 Games PlayStation will be delighted by the Austrian driver that he's into the lead of this race. Meanwhile, we've got a 3-race scrap between one of the Renaults, that's Fisichella, as well as Montero, and I believe it's Mark Webber. Down the inside goes Fisichella on Montero. Could do absolutely nothing with how slow his Midland F1 car is, and now Fisichella is all over the back of Mark Webber. That Cosworth engine in that Williams is no match for the Renault. Look at how massively fast it is in the straight line. As now coming towards chicane, Webber trying to come back at Fisichella, but it's no use. Fisichella holds the place, and now he is in 3rd place at his home Grand Prix. Could he do it? Oh wait, there's a huge accident for Montoya. So more drama for McLaren. Montoya out of the race. Ralf Schumacher without a front wing. What's happened here? We've got Button stuck behind him as well. Albers is going slowly for Midland. And more drama has happened here. So this race has really heated up on lap number 6. Meanwhile, we'll have a look at the replay and see what's happened to Montoya. So he's going down the inside over Toro Rosso. And also not far behind Ide. Ide has lost a lot of time there for what's the team? Oh, Super Aguri. There we are. And now Montoya going down the inside in towards the first corner. Oh, Coulthard hit straight into the back of him. That was dirty from Coulthard, and now Ralf Schumacher smashed the back of Montoya as well. Not his fault, he had nowhere to go really, and then it was all pandemonium as Albers has more damage as well. I think he's probably got puncture or some sorts, and Ralf Schumacher will have to pit for that new front wing. Meanwhile, Giancarlo Fisichella all over the back of Christian Klein. Klein has been leading for the last 2 or 3 laps, but Fisichella is on an absolute charge at his home Grand Prix. Can he go down the inside? The Renault driver down the inside of Klein. He's done it. Klein could do absolutely nothing. What a shame from Christian Klein, who is looking to probably take his only F1 victory ever. And unfortunately the Renault is just too quick, and Fisichella now leads the Italian Grand Prix at Monza. Can Fisichella do it? He's never won at his home Grand Prix before in his F1 career. I think he might do it this time as we scroll through the rest of the field. Massa up to the top 10, so he's made ground compared to Michael Schumacher, who's out the race, as Liuzzi comes out of the pit lane. So he must have had damage from this excursions from before. And after the damage to the front wing, Ralf Schumacher comes into the pits and now has a new front wing and can get on his way. But meanwhile, Kimi Raikkonen, somehow still in this race, is still limping with that damage. I won't be surprised if McLaren decide to retire him from the Grand Prix. And, well, if that's the case, then McLaren just had an awful race as he come into the pit lane. I think it could be all over for Kimi. Meanwhile, we're on to lap number 4 now, start lap number 4, and Thiago Monteiro is catching the guy ahead, which I think is David Coulthard. Yeah, it is David Coulthard, and he can't overtake the Red Bull. Of course, the Midland F1 car is not very fast. Meanwhile, the other Midland of Christian Albers still struggling with that damage. I won't be surprised if he retires from the race as we look to Fisichella still leading the Grand Prix, and Ralf Schumacher not really challenging anyone at the moment, down in 15th place. Liuzzi not really either. Button, and there's Felipe Massa. Now Massa could be a bit of a threat towards the end of the race for the back markers as he's catching Raikkonen. No, that's not Raikkonen. That is Raikkonen. He's a lap down. So let's see what happened as Coulthard out. Oh, what a shame for David Coulthard in the Red Bull, who was looking good for a top 5 finish. Who has he made contact with at the Scarby chicane? I think it might be who I think it is. Yeah, Takuma Sato out of the race as well. He's going backwards for some reason, have no idea why. And well, what has happened to these two? Let's have a look on the replay and see what has happened between the two drivers as they come towards Scarby chicane. Coulthard go down the inside, doesn't work. He spins out Sato and takes each other out of the race. And well, Coulthard, that was just not going to work, unfortunately. So we see a random replay of Webber there, have no idea why. But lap number 3, Fisichella still having a dominant lead. Eda Klein and Webber, Barrichello up to 4th. So Barrichello's having a really good race. We're looking through the rest of the field now. Very close between like 6th all the way to 11th really. And Ralf Schumacher still on his own in 13th place there, probably a lap down by now. And Raikkonen is still in this race actually, so I don't know why Raikkonen's not out of this Grand Prix, but oh well. Fair play to him if he's going to the end of the race. Meanwhile, Yuichi Ide dropping down the field. He is being caught by Vittorio Liuzzi, as well as one of the Saubers, I think that's Jack Villeneuve. As Massa is waiting in the wings there. Massa takes the opportunity and goes down the inside of Ide, so Ide lost 3 positions in one corner there. And now Massa is on a rapid charge here for Ferrari, the second fastest car on this game. But probably the fastest car at this circuit because of its incredible straight line speed it has with that Ferrari engine. And down the inside goes, I think that's Heifeld down the inside, and Montero, there's contact. Luckily no damage between either of them. Montero holds the position, brilliant defending from the Midland driver. And Albert is still in this race as well as Kimi Räikkönen. I still don't know why he's still in this race, that's incredible. Meanwhile, I actually tried to catch a breath. Giancarlo Fisichella at his home Grand Prix for Renault has a very dominant lead as he goes towards his final lap. Fisichella is looking good as long as he doesn't get an engine failure like Fernando Alonso. He shouldn't do. That would be heartbreaking for him at his home Grand Prix. But meanwhile, we've got a big scrap going on between Heidfeld, then Montero, Massa, and also the Toro Rosso of, I think, is that Scott Speed, I think, or is that Liuzzi, I'm not sure. As down the inside goes Massa on Heidfeld. This is a crucial move, and he's made it up into 5th place. And now Massa can go after Thiago Montero, who's going to have no chance against that Ferrari. As now Montero under pressure from Massa, straight past goes the Ferrari. No chance for Montero to defend that. And now he's got to watch out for the BMW Sauber, who also might make the move down the inside. It almost makes a move on Massa there. Massive dive bomb from Nick Heidfeld. And it didn't quite work totally for him, but he did get past Montero, as Villeneuve has got to watch out for Scott Speed ahead. And now onto the final lap. Giancarlo Fisichella had a very disappointing season. Christian Klein, though, he can do absolutely nothing. As Fisichella comes around the final corner, he's never won his home Grand Prix. He's only won one race in 2006, which was Malaysian Grand Prix in real life. But in this reverse grid race, Giancarlo Fisichella takes victory at Monza. A superb victory from the Italian at his home race, with Christian Klein a brilliant second. I'm still happy that Klein is on the podium, and so will F1 Games PlayStation. I know you will as well. But meanwhile, got a big scrap for the final points here. Down the inside goes Jacques Villeneuve on Thiago Montero. Montero still holds on. Can he hold on into the points? I don't think so. Well, 8th place is still points anyway, but Villeneuve side by side with Montero coming across the line. Is Montero going to hold on? No, he doesn't, but he does score 1 point, so brilliant driving from Thiago Montero. Villeneuve just steals the 2 points at the end. As we can see the rest of the finishers coming across the line. Räikkönen somehow finished the race. Albert's finished the race as well. But the day belongs to Giancarlo Fisichella for Renault at the Italian Grand Prix. Oh, I need a breath. My voice is gone. Fisichella wins from Klein and Webber to complete the podium. Barrichello in 4th as my pop filter started to go off there. Massa at 5th. Had a Heidfeld, Villeneuve and Montero, then Speed, Button, Ide. And you can see the rest of the results down the field with loads of DNFs, including Michael Schumacher and Fernando Alonso. I've lost my breath, guys. And that is the end of a massively crazy Grand Prix. Probably one of my best videos I've done this channel. I'm shaking with excitement how much action there was in this race. And you can see for yourself the rest of the results. And that's the end of the video, guys. I hope you enjoyed it. Nice to be on a different game for once instead of F1 2012 or F1 2017. But I just wanted a bit of a change. And there will be more videos on this game coming very soon, because I do like to play this game. But like, comment, subscribe if you're new around here. More videos coming very soon. Until then, have a great day. And I'll see you guys next time when I actually catch a breath. Goodbye.